That's dope to hear.
Yeah.
Nipsey that was a big loss. So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What does 1323 stand for? What does
I knew
that
that
mean?
was gonna be asked. Which is, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
1323.
You see I'm Southside reppin', Bigfoot steppin', Zone 3 section is God flow perfection. Hating on the church like I ain't blessed they section. If we ain't talking money, I got a weak connection. That's on the hood. She said get a bag, so I get it, got it good. Don't complain about my problems, I just put it in a wood. Seen a genie the other day, she said make it good. So I wish for good health, then I wish to look. It's chief, not lieutenant. Yeah, I'm back.
Another episode of Live on Lake Street. We have a legend in the building. Somebody that has never sat down and done an interview before.
Never.
So this is exciting. I know people. I already know. I spoke to people about the fact that you were coming, and people are like, "Oh shit!" So
That's interesting. I don't know. I'm more nervous than anything. I've never done an interview. So.
Don't be nervous. I'm gonna let you lead the way because I know you got a lot of shit you can talk.
I'll follow up. I'm not a leader.
But you got a lot of shit you can talk, and I know people want to hear you talk your shit because you definitely are one of those ones with the camera. Yeah, everybody knows it. Even our bullshit social media team that left you off that Mount Rushmore knows it.
I can take it though. I feel like they maybe purposely left me because they probably knew I could take it.
For sure, they knew it was going to get you here. That's why they did it.
Maybe, yeah. I think I would have came regardless. So.
Okay, cool. That's dope. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So we got Rich from 1323, man. Welcome to the show. Thank you for sitting down with me.
Yeah. And I'm 1323. That's one of the funniest things. Like,
I say that too. Rich from 1323. You are 1323.
Not only that, I say that because when I meet people, I'll be like, "Hey, my name is Rich," and they're like, "What's up? What's up, Rich?" And I have my camera and stuff, and then they'll maybe see the tattoo or someone will tell them.
Yep.
And then like the reactions are completely different. Like, "You're 1323. Oh, what's up, dude?" Like, it's kind of funny to be the man behind the name, I guess. Yeah. In a way.
I actually forget shit like that because I follow you.
Sure.
So like I know, like I recognize you.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people don't.
Yeah, that's interesting, but they know your work.
Sure.
So let's. I want to talk. Let's just start with the Rushmore situation.
Okay.
So first of all, when you saw that go up,
and
I don't know. I assume you didn't see it probably until somebody tagged you in it, right?
Someone tagged me, yeah.
So someone tagged you.
I follow you, but someone tagged
me. Right,
but
yeah. So someone tagged you, you saw it, and what were your thoughts?
I think my comment to that person was, "That hurts," because I wasn't on there.
Right. So, go ahead.
No, yeah, it hurt a little bit, but in my mind, Mount Rushmore's, the four founders, people who started. I saw a lot of people commenting on like how they should have been on there or they're not relevant when I don't think that's what the Mount Rushmore thing in your guys' opinion is about.
I concur.
So I never claim to be the best, nor do I think I am. But I feel like I've been a big part of starting music videos here in Minnesota.
I would agree.
Mainly photos. I mean, I started doing photos today. That's my main thing to begin with.
Yeah. I mean, from my perspective, I would say both. You're definitely...
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, you are definitely, undoubtedly on the Mount Rushmore
I appreciate that.
of videographers
I appreciate that.
in Minnesota.
Thank you.
But also, there's also that aspect of, like, it's bigger than Minnesota, right? Like, you'd rather be on the Rushmore... You'd rather be on the Rushmore of the world.
I heard Jordan saying that, DJ of the world and all that, which props to Jordan. I mean, I hope he gets there. But I've always been comfortable in my lane, which is a local guy that helps people. Like, I don't want to move to California or travel with Post Malone like Adam DeGrosse. Like, shouts out to him. Like, he does amazing work, and I always comment and like his stuff. But no, I'm good just being home. Yeah. I'm a dad. I'm a family guy.
For sure.
I enjoy just doing my work in Minnesota and helping people out.
That's interesting. That's not something you hear very often.
Yeah.
Like I want to be on the Rushmore.
Lane.
That's dope.
I'm comfortable in my lane.
That's very
Minnesota's
dope.
my lane, so which is cool.
Yeah. So how did you get started with photos? So you started with photography.
I started with photography.
And then went into video. So how did you start? What was the progression?
So my first camera I bought with my wife and we went to Hawaii, and I'm like, I want to get a nice camera. So picked up the camera. Didn't even know how to use a flash on it. I went to like National Camera and learned how to use my flash even. And Went to Hawaii with it. Did some long exposure stuff. Kind of teach myself how to use the camera. And then mutual friend, he was doing like bar mitzvahs and stuff, like DJing at them. And he's like, hey, you want to come take some photos and we'll pay you $100. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to get paid to take photos.
Absolutely.
And did that, and they were like, holy shit, you're really good. So they started hiring me to do bar mitzvahs and stuff. And I was like, I started getting booked a lot for that, and they paid well.
At what point in your life was this? Was this something that was
It was like, 14, 15 years ago.
Okay, so this wasn't even something that was necessarily on your radar prior
I graduated. I went to school for graphic design, so I kind of already had that artsy Photoshop background.
Okay.
But yeah, I picked up the camera and just never looked back.
Huh. So then from photography, how did you decide to go into videography?
The photography thing took a little time. So there was a point when I was doing enough photos and video, or not even videos, just photos. I'm like, hey, my wife and I was like, maybe I should open a studio and have people come to it. So I did that. We rented a 400 square foot room, which I still have 14 years later. I think I'm going my 14th year there. Lease-wise, same place. And I opened it, and I'm like, all right, this is cool. Now what? Like, I have no clients. No one, I printed 2 big boxes of flyers, like club flyers, like you'd hand out. I probably still have them. Like, no one was coming. I didn't have any clients.
So you got the flyers out there, but nobody was biting.
No, like no one. So I hit up MySpace. MySpace was popping. That's all people were doing with MySpace. I started messaging local artists in Minnesota. Like, hey, I'll do a free photo shoot if you help me get my name out there.
Yeah.
And huge shouts out to Tony Bell and Big Wiz, because they were one of my first people I ever shot in Minnesota.
It's a common thread right there.
Artist-wise.
It's a common thread.
So, yeah, then they started paying me to do shoots, was even better. Like, the first few, I think I did a couple for free, but then just tagging. Like, I don't put my logo on anything anymore, but I used to stamp that thing big and bold in the middle of the photo.
Yeah.
And everyone kind of started recognize that logo and name. And I got to rewind a little bit, though. Julian Murray, huge hip-hop photographer in Minnesota, hip-hop scene photographer, definitely inspiring.
Okay.
Him and High Def.
Yep.
They were probably the only two that I knew of that were doing, like, the music scene. And, I was kind of chasing their tails for a while.
Yeah.
So, kind of emulating what they were doing, but putting my own spin on it.
So was hip-hop always a part of what you loved? Like, was hip-hop was something that you were...
Definitely. I grew up... I actually moved here my junior high school. I grew up in Florida.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And I've always loved hip-hop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are some of the older artists? I mean, besides the, obvious, like, MC Hammer and stuff like that, I mean, I was listening to, like, Two Live Crew and stuff in 6th grade. Like,
being in Florida, of course.
I mean, I remember... And I went to, like, a high school, a smaller school, but, like, where I was a minority. Like, I was learning to wear Jordans from classmates. Like, I bought my first pair of Jordans, like, in 7th grade and thought it was cool.
Yep.
And just embraced all of that, for sure.
So then so you mentioned Bones and Wiz. Was that like the first like hip hop act that you sort of recognized here?
Yeah, they were the only. I was searching local Minnesota artists, and they were definitely the first people that I saw and reached out to.
Yeah. So then once that happened, then you're embedded in hip hop.
At least in Minnesota hip hop, for sure, yeah.
Because you are. I don't know if you know, you are embedded in hip hop.
Yeah,
whether you like it or not. Yeah,
I feel like I am. Yeah.
So then eventually you had to have started to find out about other artists that were doing stuff. So where did you?
It's all word of mouth. Like Minnesota, I think like Minnesota is so small that everyone knows everyone. It's literally 1 degree of separation here, whereas
it is
elsewhere it's like 4 or 5, whatever they say.
We're definitely finding that on this show. I mean, some of the shit that's been said on these microphones is like, what? Like, how the fuck did that? I can say it. One of the craziest things I've ever heard uttered onto that microphone. It was said on air, so I don't have any issue saying it. But we had Bands Up Dip on the other day, and he mentioned that he had one of his kids is with 50 Tyson's sister. It was like, what? Like, how like, that's crazy to me, like, how everything just connects.
It does.
But that is one of those bizarre. So So after you connect with Bones and Wiz, then
Mm-hmm.
other artists, I assume, are like, okay, well,
Other artists
they're
reach-
official, so let's hit him up.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's just reaching out, which is great because they were putting me on their top friends, and then just kind of spread from there. So,
MySpace, man.
MySpace.
You know, I never had a MySpace.
That's because you're young.
No, I'm not. I'm 37.
Well, you're
I
not
should
over 40.
I
so
should
I'm
have had
over
a,
40.
I should have had a MySpace. I might go start one today. So
I don't think you can you?
yeah, MySpace still
Ah.
exists. I think so. I'm almost positive.
It shouldn't. So it should be
So-
done.
so
it's
one of
only
the-
Instagram now. I don't even tweet anymore.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. I do still tweet, but it feels futile. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't
if
know who
I
I'm
do
tweeting
tweet, I
to.
don't think anyone ever sees it.
That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Yeah, you got to be like a super comedian in order to
Yeah.
be popping on Twitter.
For sure.
So then, one of the things that you're pretty well known for here in the music scene is being your connection with Taylor J.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So as I was starting to shoot artists and other things, hip hop wise, one of the big local labels or entertainment companies, I guess, Most Hated Entertainment. I got in contact with them, and they put me onto a lot of people and a lot of stuff. Shouts out to Eddie that ran it. I don't know if you know Eddie from Most Hated, but he was like the CEO of it all.
Okay.
And he had his little artist. Artist was Taylor J was one of his artists, called Trouble at the time.
Trouble, yeah.
And Casanova was on there.
That's right.
His brother, Young Tyson, all those little. They had their group.
Yeah.
And I got really embedded and worked with them a lot.
Yeah.
So
And you still work with Taylor. I mean, what's the last video you shot for Taylor?
I'd have to look back. I don't remember
Yeah,
the
you
last
don't
one.
a lot.
It's we have like a. He's definitely my little brother. Like I'll love him forever.
Yeah,
Have you seen the movie Ray?
of course.
And he had that manager at the beginning of his career, and at one point, the manager's like, "You gotta go him. I can only get you this far."
Yep.
I feel like that's me with Taylor.
Hmm.
I've kind of helped him out the best I could for as long as I can
Yeah.
or could, and he's on the bigger thing, which I want to see him do way bigger national things.
Yeah.
I'm the local guy that can help him out, get some visuals out for him, and pass him on,
Yeah.
which he's done.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's done some amazing stuff since any videos I've shot for him.
Yeah. No, he's definitely one of our finest,
Yeah.
for sure. So you mentioned High Def earlier,
Mhm.
and you mentioned that he was kind of an inspiration.
Definitely.
And speaking of most
For
hated,
video.
speaking of most hated,
Yeah.
it feels like that guy has. There's just so much hate out there for him. I don't even understand. I guess probably the shit that I
He's
don't know
misunderstood.
about.
I think he's like our Kanye. Like he just says whatever's on his mind, and whether you like it or not, which is, I think Kanye's at that sometimes can be.
That's a great point. He
like that.
definitely is like the videographer Kanye of Minnesota.
Person. Like, yeah, he's a good guy. I mean, I think last month I let him use my studio. Like, I'm here for him.
Yeah.
He definitely helped me out early on video wise. Like, I had no clue what I was doing when it came to video. Because we were all shooting on Canons. They all did photos, and then my next camera did video. I'm like, what do I do with this? And I knew he was shooting on it. So I reached out. I'm like, hey, what do I do? Like, what frame rate should I be in, or how do I edit this video? And I reached out, and he told me. He helped me out. So
Yeah.
definitely, I respect him. And
He belongs on the Rushmore, right?
oh yeah,
Gotta
definitely.
be. So if
he's right there with me.
If you were to make your own Rushmore, so obviously you, High Def, who would fill those other two spots for you?
Definitely Ben Hughes. Ben Hughes, without a doubt.
Okay.
He belongs on there. He was doing what we were doing at the same time.
Yeah.
And then, so us four. Yeah. Me, High Def, Ben Hughes. Ooh, and I'm missing one more, right?
Yep. Last one's always
I
the
don't know.
toughest.
I mean, Felly Fells is on there, which he does amazing work.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
The one that people mentioned the most was Minnesota Cold TV.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, definitely. They've been out there with me, interviewing Travis Scott, I think. Or no, who was it? Not Travis Scott. Who was the group? The three guys.
Migos.
Nope. Travis Porter. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Out there at the salon, I think at Keem's place, they did like a little. Anyways, yeah, they belong on there. They've been out here for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So if you were if you could make a separate Rushmore aside from the ones that we had on there. Can you give me
artists?
Can you give me four other videographers that you think are? Because I feel like we have a lot of really great videographers
I feel like
here.
the Rushmore should be about, like I said earlier, the founding fathers. Like, I mean,
And you think those are the
I think
those
definitely,
4 are the founding fathers?
I mean,
what if you take it away from? What if you take it outside of hip hop? Or can't
for
you?
video, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, that's
Dave
your-
Wilson is. I don't know if anyone knows who Dave Wilson was, but he is a legend in my eyes. Before I started shooting videos, he was one of the ones that I would looked up to.
Yeah. What about me? I shot 235 episodes of a
Definitely.
podcast
There you
and
go.
edited them
Yeah.
myself. I think I should
I
be
think
on
he
there.
should be on there definitely for that.
I really thought I should have been on there.
Does anyone know who Dave Wilson is?
No, put us on.
Dave Wilson shot a whole bunch of props early videos. Fire,
Okay.
which was amazing. I don't know if you've ever seen Fire.
I have.
Dave Wilson, I don't think he was from here though. He kind of just came, did his thing, and left.
Okay.
He went on to shoot videos for like Frank Ocean.
Oh shit.
Yeah, did a lot of videos in Minnesota though for Wiz and those guys and Prof.
Are you familiar with this new kid that just came on the scene, Deza Visuals?
Yeah, crazy.
Like,
What's his logo? The glasses?
yes.
Yeah, he's insane.
He shot that Prince Riley Henny Talk video.
My God. Well, the first thing I saw of him, I think I saw his recap video of a show at. My mind was
The
blown. Like,
first Ave show, right? With Mac
and he's like
and
17 or 18,
17,
right?
I think.
My God. Yeah, talented.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I think his ceiling is high.
Beyond Minnesota, for sure.
Well
he needs to
beyond.
be out of here.
Yeah, I agree.
But a lot of people, Matt Wales.
Matt Wells is great.
God, I'm terrible with names, by the way.
That's fine. Matt Wells was another one.
Anthony,
Yep,
like,
Anthony,
they're all
yep,
doing
yep.
great stuff.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, Robert.
Henry.
Yes.
I would argue he could be in that.
The only reason I'll put him up there is because he hasn't been doing as long, but he definitely belongs on something because he's amazing.
Yeah, and he's got the accolades too.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
he's amazing.
yeah.
I
Do you
always
know
look up to
what?
him.
Between him and Morningside, they're like a team, right? Or don't you know?
I don't know.
It's always confused me because I feel like they're like
I
together,
think,
but it's not.
yeah, I think they're separate. I don't
Yeah.
think they're together.
But they shoot together. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I don't know. I don't know that much about the video world, and it's
Kind of, again, I see the work.
yeah.
I kind of try to stay in my lane. I don't try to get into politics, and I've reached out. Even so Matt and Ant were, what was their name before?
M&A.
M&A.
Yep.
I reached out to them early on and was like, hey, do you guys have a studio? No, they said no. You guys can share my spot. I opened the doors to them. And they shot there for a while.
Wow. So you're just out here opening doors. See,
Definitely.
This is an interesting thing because we've been talking about gatekeepers a lot lately.
Yeah.
You might be one of the good gatekeepers
I
as
don't-
far as videography goes. Because if you're just opening
Maybe.
doors like that,
I let anyone use my studio. It's not that
careful,
big of a studio to
careful,
begin
careful,
with.
careful.
They reached out. I'll help out if I can.
Yeah.
So, but no, they were there for a few months at least. I had keys. They would do their own thing.
Huh.
So
That's awesome. See, you're doing God's work behind the scenes,
I try.
and I don't think people know that.
I think it's all about teaching too. I've reached out for people like High Def and even Robert. I've asked him tips on how the hell did you do that? Do this. Sweet. It's worked.
Huh.
So
What about videographer beef? You ever had any of that? Anybody ever hit you up like, hey, you stole that
No.
from me? That concept from me?
No.
Nothing?
no,
Never?
not that I'm aware of.
Okay. There just seems to be a lot of animosity in our hip hop scene, and it goes unspoken. Nobody ever talks about it until they come sit down at this table,
Really?
and then everything comes out.
That's too bad. I was out in Atlanta shooting for DTP,
Okay.
and we went to Club 300, which is a bowling alley out there.
Yep.
This is early. This is when I was just doing photos.
Yep.
Everyone was there. Everyone showing love to everyone. It was cool. You had Social Def here. You had DTP here. They were all there at the same time bowling together. It
Talk
was
to me. Tell me
crazy.
that. Tell me that story. How did you get linked with DTP?
So Julian Murray had a manager. I wish I remembered her name. I don't.
That's okay.
But he went on his own way, and then I was kind of doing the same thing he does. And she reached out to me hey, we have a shoot in Atlanta. Do you want to do it? I said, sure. So we drove there
Yeah.
to Atlanta and did a shoot for DTP. It was a new artist. Lily on the mic was her name. Was one of his artists.
One of Ludacris's artists.
Yeah.
Huh.
And yeah, we were out there for a couple of days, shot some stuff, and
Was
they took us out. They took us to, where did they take us? One of T.I.'s clubs, like in the hood. Like I was definitely the only white person in a 30-mile radius.
But you had the camera.
But I had the camera, so I had the pass. Trina showed up. She's on the stage and taking pictures of Trina.
Was Ludacris there for all of this?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't anywhere to be seen. But
He didn't handle his record label very well.
yeah, is it still a thing?
I don't believe so. No.
But it was a cool experience for sure.
Yeah,
One of the highlights.
that's pretty crazy.
To say like you went to Atlanta and shot for Ludacris and DTP was cool.
Yeah, and then he didn't show.
And then I
up.
came back and people heard that and more people came to me, which is cool.
That's
Little
great for
Craze
you.
did.
Yeah.
Specifically because I went there. I don't think he's had even seen any of my work.
He just heard you were in Atlanta shooting for DTP and
yeah.
said that's good
And
enough
let's
for
book
me.
it. Yeah.
Huh. That's funny.
Yeah.
What
But
are
he's a good guy.
what are some other career highlights like that? Things that you've done?
One of the most memorable was shooting at Epic nightclub when it was Epic.
Yeah.
And I've shot so many. So Eddie with Most Hated Entertainment brought a lot of people in, put up the money, put them on stage, and I mean I shot Pitbull before he even was wearing suits, like a zippy, like and a white like.
People don't know Pitbull was really like a rapper.
Yeah,
Rapper. Like,
yeah.
I
mean,
liked
have
Pitbull then.
Pictures of him backstage posing. I had my backdrop and my lighting all set up and sat there. Highlight was the first time meeting Nipsey.
Oh.
Same kind of setups. The show, Eddie brought him in and set up lighting, pose. He'd chill. Like I have a picture with him.
Yeah.
This is like 08 or 09.
Yeah.
Young Jeezy is an asshole.
Oh shit.
He like got off stage. No, I'm sorry, not my bad, not Young Jeezy. The game was an asshole. Sorry, my language, but
That's cool. What happened?
we kind of same setup. Like we were all gonna take pictures with the promoter and stuff. At the end of the show, he came off stage and literally told us all to fuck off and walked out the back door and left.
What was his problem?
I think he was Minnesota. Like he didn't want to do a show in Minnesota, and he was there in the middle of winter and didn't want to be here.
I think I remember this show.
Yeah, he performed. Like he did his thing for everyone, but as soon as he got backstage, it was I'm out of here.
Damn. That's
yeah, that
disappointing.
was crazy. Cause I was like ready to take pictures of him. We were gonna do like shoots, and like no, he wasn't having it.
Man.
Jeezy was dope. I have to lie. I shot pictures of him early on.
Okay, so we got to run that back. Jeezy was not an asshole. Let's be clear.
Jeezy was not.
Jeezy was not an
The
asshole.
game was.
The game was.
The
an
game
asshole.
was. I mean, that was one of the things that's like most art. I can't remember any other artist being like negative in any way or not positive.
Yeah.
Besides him,
I want to go.
he's literally the only one.
Let's circle back to Nipsey. Were you able to like have conversation with him, chop it up with him?
I said,
Was
"What's
he,
up?"
Yeah.
Like I think he opened for someone. Like I don't think he was the main artist even.
Where was this at?
Was that
This is at Epic.
Epic? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
08 or 09.
So that's like early. I mean, not really early Nipsey, but early
But it
Nipsey.
was
If you're
like he had braids and didn't care. I mean, they weren't nice. Like
Yeah.
I have pictures of him and they're like strikingly braids.
He hadn't been to the bar.
But he had
yet.
his big chain and it was
Yeah.
it was cool. He was really, really cool.
Yeah. I don't.
And then he came back. I want to say I'd have to look at the dates. He did whenever Crenshaw album came out. He did that tour.
I think he came to Caboose. I think.
No, it was across from whatever the club is across from Epic, whatever it is now.
Okay.
Mill City, maybe.
Mill City Nights.
Maybe it was, but yeah, he performed there and he was super dope. Even then, like
You linked with him again.
linked with him again. Said what's up. I actually got video. I was there shooting for Tomorrow,
Okay.
and he shouted him out like, "What's up, Tomorrow? I'll see you at the top." Like just super humble, super nice guy.
Huh.
Super nice.
That's dope to hear.
Yeah.
Nipsey, that was a big loss. So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What does 1323 stand for? What
I
does
knew
that
that
mean?
was gonna be asked, which is, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
1323. When I was creating a photography company, it didn't have a name of any kind. 13 is my stepson's birthday.
Okay.
He was born on 13th, and
Okay.
my daughter was born on 23rd.
That's simple.
That's simple, 1323. And I did numbers to give them their own identity within the logo. 13 is him. 23 is her. L.
Do they want to follow in your footsteps
No.
at all?
Not at all. No.
They want nothing to do with that shit.
My wife is a camera widow, so shout out to her. Like, she literally is home a lot alone.
What is a camera widow?
I mean, you know,
I mean, I could gather. I could gather, but
is, right?
yeah, is that like an actual term though?
I think so.
Amongst,
Because a guy
like,
said it
photographers
to
and
me
shit?
in Hawaii. Like when I first got my camera, and he was with his wife, and he called her a camera widow. And like back then, I was just at my camera. I wasn't even a photographer.
You lost your husband
That
to the
has
camera.
like stuck in my mind. Like, yeah,
Oh.
she is literally a camera widow. Like, because I'm out shooting most nights,
Yeah.
weekends,
Mm-hmm.
when everyone's home, for the most part. So luckily, we have twin boys that keep her busy. So
You be walking around the house snapping too, like
no, I don't hardly ever take home pictures or videos.
Yeah.
Ever.
so you don't bring the work home with you. That's
I mean,
good.
I definitely bring my work home. A lot of editing at home,
Oh yeah.
but I don't take photos all that much at home. No.
Yeah. Okay. You also snap a lot of photos for like local athletics.
Yeah, I'm pretty big in my Woodbury community. That's where we live. So
Yeah.
I got into doing photos for the football and basketball team, and spreading out to other things too.
How did you fall into that?
Well, my daughter Elle, shout out to Elle, is into cheerleading, so she cheered for the school, and then I was gonna take pictures of her cheerleading, right?
Yeah.
Just turned around, started taking pictures of playing football. And that was
Okay.
kinda it.
And then they saw it and they were like, "Well, you are our guy now."
True. The photographer at the time though was, hey, you should film my spot because I'm leaving next year, and that's kind of stepped
perfect.
into it, so it worked out.
What do you like better? You like photography or shooting videos?
I had both.
You love them both.
I love them both
Equal.
just as much.
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely love sports though.
for sure. Me
Yeah.
too. What's the last music video you shot?
I'm gonna have to look. It was probably. And that's another thing. I'm lazy. Like, I think I was looking back at my tweets just kind of get prepared for this, like what I've done and stuff. One of my tweets was, "It's not you. I'm just lazy." I am a terrible businessman, by the way. Like, I'm a right side, left side, whatever the artist side is, thinker. I am not the business side.
Well, at least you can own it.
J Love, that's a new up and coming artist. She reached out, did a video for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that video out or is that just the last one you
I
shot?
think that's out
Okay.
under her.
Okay.
I don't post a lot on my YouTube anymore, just because I was getting strikes, and not necessarily strikes that like I got dinged for, but copyright.
Copyright. Because they dropped the song and then all of a sudden.
Yeah, and it scared me because my YouTube got taken down. I don't know if you knew this.
No, I did not.
It literally got shut down. Like, my YouTube channel didn't exist.
Because of that?
And I don't know why. I had a partner full screen at the time, and I had some friends that lived in LA that knew them. So they walked into the artist in the full screen, and because you can't contact anyone at YouTube. There's not a number for that.
No, at all. I've tried to find, tried many times.
They literally, no explanation, just my channel was gone.
Gone.
And they walked in and was like, "What's this all about?" They fought for me and got it back. Like, I was in Orlando, and all of a sudden it was back. I was like, "Thank God."
That's
So I have like
crazy.
classics, like snapbacks, like one of the first videos I shot
Yeah.
for Rocky.
Yep. What about hot Cheetos and Takis?
Yeah, that was cool. That was an experience.
How did that come about? What was the break? I mean,
So obviously the Y had a program for
Yeah.
music. They rewarded, from what I know, they rewarded kids by getting good grades and letting them record music. From what I understand, the song was done and it had been out for a little while. And They wanted to shoot a video for it, and it was summertime. They reached out to me. Actually, they reached out to me, and I think I ignored them. But they reached out to Tim.
shout out to Tim, man.
Shout out to Tim.
Major figure in
Major.
Minnesota,
Major.
just in general.
Yeah, so I'm pretty close with him.
Okay.
He's like, "Will you please just respond to these people? Like, please?" So I'm like, "Fine." Got a day locked in. Did it for free. Like, it was just like a cool YMCA thing. Like, this would be cool.
Yep.
I feel like I do a lot of community service when it comes to like I'll give back. You know, I've
Sure.
taken a lot.
Yeah.
So I went out there, shot. Like my daughter was with. I think she was like 6 or 7 years old, pulling my camera gear. It was like 98 degrees. It was hot.
Yep.
And went out there a day, shot the video, went around kind of bicycles and on the basketball court, shot the video. And then it took like 2 weeks. Like I'm like just kind of sitting there. Like we talked earlier about, I should probably get this video done. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't on the top of my priority at all.
Right.
Edited the video, finished it. Shout out to JT and Raulio and those. I think those guys are behind.
We're a family. Yep.
And then the video was done. I'm like, hey, do you guys want to post it? Like, do you want me to make a YouTube channel? They're like, no, just throw it on your channel because you had more followers. So I did. And it went insane.
Went
which is
crazy.
Crazy. When Bruno Mars tweeted it, I knew it was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
But you had no inkling of an idea before that. It was just like, this is just a fun,
No,
little
and
silly thing.
the only reason I finished, like, I knew I had to get it done and finish it because they were going back to school.
Yeah.
It was like the end of summer.
Yeah.
I'm like, how cool would this be to have this video out?
Going
and they
back
go to school,
yeah.
and they're like little celebrities.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the YouTube link, and I was contacting WorldStar. Put it on WorldStar is like my morning breakfast. Like, I open WorldStar and read what's going on. So, and even back then, I mean, it was huge. Everyone checked out WorldStar, right?
Of course.
So they just said no. Like, they didn't want to. And then I even remember replying, like, when this goes viral, don't post it. They never posted it, by the way. And it did, which was crazy. So
What do you think?
missed out.
What do you think about the actual song? I mean,
so I played it for my 6-year-old twins
yeah,
2 days ago,
Yeah.
and now they're singing it. It's just so
Really?
catchy.
It
yeah,
is catchy.
I love it. Yeah.
that's funny. Even all this time, and it's still.
I still get comments today. Like, I watched this one out, like, comments. Like, I remember being in 2nd grade watching this. Like,
So when your YouTube got deleted,
it was
that
gone.
video was gone.
It was gone. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is that what the first thing you thought of when your shit was deleted?
No.
I don't know
The
what
first
your
thing I
play-
thought of was all the videos I
All
shot
the
were
video-
gone.
Yeah.
But that was definitely one of them, for sure.
How many views does that have now?
16 or 17 million.
Jesus.
Which is a lot, but when you think of other viral videos that are viral,
True.
like 60, 70 million views.
But even at that time, I guess I don't remember for sure, but at that time, like, virality was sort of new
Yeah.
on the internet, as far as I remember. It wasn't like virality was happening in like
Sure.
the what do you call it? What was like the original TikTok? I forget what it was called. What the hell was the name of that app?
Oh, Vine.
Vine.
Vine, yeah.
Vines were the ones
Yeah.
that were really going
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. for
Did the
sure.
video go crazy like on other platforms? Like did you post it on like Twitter,
Nothing.
Facebook, nothing? It didn't go viral
Only
anywhere else?
YouTube.
Only YouTube. Huh. I wonder what would happen. What would have happened if you'd have gone elsewhere with it? If it
I
would have
don't
gone
know.
viral everywhere else too.
There really wasn't anything else. It was just YouTube for videos.
Yeah.
I mean, Vine, you could have posted a 7-second clip of it,
Yeah.
I guess, but
Yeah.
wouldn't have done anything.
Huh. So I mean, really, if you think about it, then 16, 17 million. That's
That's cool. It was cool. I mean, I had the CNN email me and wanting to fly the kids out to New York to do interviews, and I was just passing it all to the Y. Like I was just the videographer.
that's crazy. Do you know why they chose you?
I don't. I mean, I was just doing a lot of videos at the time.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'm cool with those guys, Raulio and
Yeah.
JT and those guys. I don't know. Maybe because I was the only one that would do it. I don't know. I know Ben Hughes did a video for them after,
Ah.
but I don't know.
Damn. That's interesting. So how much do you pay attention to the actual like hip hop scene here? Like all encompassing. Like are you
I feel like I'm pretty plugged in.
Pretty
I
plugged in?
watch, Yeah.
So could you give me like your top can you give me your
I feel like I'm plugged in into the people I know. There are a lot of great artists that I don't have any clue who they are.
well as far as
Like who's the artist, Kanye's artist now that's blowing up?
Casey Pluto.
I didn't know who he was. I still barely know who he
I
is.
think a lot of people didn't know who he was until recently, really.
So there's so much talent though. I've always said it. Just Minnesota's just crazy talent.
Could you give me a Rushmore?
I could not, no.
Okay,
I
we'll
mean,
just-
besides Taylor J, Mac Irv, I think Tony Bone and Big Wiz belong on there somewhere.
On
'Cause
Rushmore?
they are definitely 4 founders. Like they started. I mean, when I YouTube or MySpace Minnesota artists, they were like
That's
the only
what I
ones
thought.
coming up.
Yeah.
Besides any of the Rhyme Sayers guys and the guys that were already big.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't count them because I feel like that's too obvious.
Yeah. It kind of, yeah.
Plus, I'm sick of them. But, so just give me your personal favorites.
My personal
favorites. Guys that are in your rotation.
Definitely Taylor J.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Macker for sure. Lioness. I've done a lot of work for her.
I believe she's performing at the Target Center tonight.
She is?
I believe so.
That's amazing. I love it.
Tonight or tomorrow, one of the two.
B-Dot.
Yeah.
I mean, Maya Marshall. Was I something?
Yep.
Did I say it right?
You got it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the video we did together for her.
Yeah. She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And she's understatedly phenomenal.
She is understated, and she is such a good person. She is funny. She just seems like a genuine person. I love to be around her. And just watch her.
Never met her.
Just watch her online. Like, did you watch the speech she did at her grandma's funeral?
Yes.
Oh.
No, she's clearly an amazing human. I can't wait to meet her.
Yeah.
She'll be here.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have her here. I know I think she's working on an album, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
She's got an album coming. Once that album drops, she'll be in here.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Javante Patton. Shouts out to him. I know it's not hip hop, but it's definitely Minnesota music for sure.
He'll be here next week.
I love to hear that because he is someone that I admire, and I've helped.
He's hip hop.
He was 16 or 17 years old and took a bus from Minneapolis to come do a photo shoot with me.
Wow.
Like, and I was like, "Where are your parents?" He's like, "That's just me." I'm like, "What?" Like,
people got to give you your flowers, man. You're a legend out here.
He's determined.
You're a whole lot. People taking buses across town to come do a photo shoot with you. You got doors opening up for all these other amazing videographers and photographers. Like,
appreciate that.
Give this man his flowers, please. I don't have any more questions for you.
I feel like this is my flowers. Like,
that's definitely what it's. It definitely.
I definitely
is.
like getting some recognition. I mean, I was gonna bring my Twin City Hip Hop Awards, so I won like 4.
Oh shit!
I was gonna stack them up here, but
you should have. Damn, you should have.
Yeah, if anyone remembers the TC Hip Hop Awards, that was a big part of
Minnesota. You don't have them in the car, do you?
I do not. No. I think I Instagrammed a picture of them though.
Okay.
Because I was like, these kids need to know.
Yeah, man.
I was kind of talking my shit a little bit.
I wish you would have, but that was good. You brought it. You still brought it up. We can pretend.
I brought it up.
You
Yeah.
figuratively
pretend they're right
got
here. There's
right
3
there.
of them, and I won all 3 of them.
What are they all for?
Best photographer, videographer in Twin Cities.
And then
that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You got to get your flowers.
Yeah.
You're truly the GOAT. You are.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of people help though. I mean, it's all like young photographers that hit me up and ask, "How do you do it? What do you do?" My equipment does all the work. It's all about relationships, who knows you is the biggest thing, and just culminating those relationships. Like, I don't know, did you see Robert's photo get stolen by that photographer?
No.
Robert Henry posted a picture of Polo G. Some dude copied it and posted it on his Instagram and was claiming it as his. You didn't see this? This is just a couple days ago.
No. I've had to stay off of the internet lately because things are so crazy with this
Robert kind of posted like, "Hey, attack him," basically, and we did. Like, I was posting on all his. He took the comments off, so he couldn't comment on that photo. But I was attacking all his other photos, like, "You're a clown," like, and then finally I DM'd him. I'm like, "Hey, this is wrong. Obviously, this is not your photo." But more importantly, people are gonna get to know who you are.
Yeah.
And it's gonna ruin your future. Like, what people think of you is gonna carry a long way. So.
Yeah. Wow. That's funny that you say this because what was it? I forget. There was an event here like a month or 2 ago. Wasn't Drewski here? Oh, it was the Timberwolves game. It was, or not the Wolves game, but the Donda Academy.
Yeah. I was there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. You took some.
And
of the
that's another
photos.
thing too. Is I got there and Ant and those guys have their new colorful. What the name of their company?
Is it
Skins?
Skins.
Skins.
There we
Yeah.
go. I was gonna say. Yep.
They all have the shirts on.
Yep.
And they're the media group there, and they're like, if you don't have a shirt, you have to sit in the stands. I was like, shit, I'm not a part of that. I don't have a shirt. And just the relationships I have.
They gave you a shirt.
Talking to Aunt. They didn't give me a shirt, but they're like,
okay.
he's cool. Let me sat on the floor the whole time.
Wow. Yeah, you got some iconic photos.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Crazy
fun.
photos.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I brought that.
I got crazy photos because of people that put me in that situation, though.
True. But you got to give yourself credit for the
I do.
actual shots as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's true.
I mean, I think I was one of the early ones even shooting concerts, besides like the Target Center's own photographer, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Nobody
cool.
can do it alone. We all
No
need
one.
help. We
Yeah.
all need help. We all need, for sure. But definitely you got to get your credit and get your flowers because you definitely have been doing it for a long time.
Long
The
time.
reason, and like
Yeah.
you said, there's a reason that those relationships exist.
Sure.
That's because of who you are as a person and the work that you do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's important. That's crazy. So I forget why I brought that. Oh, because I noticed that I forget who it was. I think it was Drewski and somebody else posted a bunch of Robert's photos
Okay.
on their page.
Oh, really?
Didn't give him credit. Turned the comments off, and it was the turning the comments off thing that got me.
Sure.
Because I'm like, you did that because you know that everyone's
gonna
going to be
tag
tagging
him.
the photographer.
Yeah.
So I went to tag the photographer, and there was no comments. So I sent it to him, and I said, I don't know if you know, but they took your photos, didn't give you credit. And he just kind of laughed it off. He's like, this happens all the time.
It does. Like when the Super Bowl was here,
Yeah.
it happened to me a lot. Like 2 Chainz posted a picture of my photo.
Yep.
Because I tagged him, obviously added him.
Yep.
And even commented, this wasn't shot by my guy, but it's a dope picture, but didn't tag me.
Couldn't tag you in it.
So everyone else commented 1323. Cardi B did the same thing, posted a couple photos of mine. And
I don't understand that. Is it just a matter of just not being able to figure out who it was because there's so much going on, so they couldn't
gotta
tag you?
know it's some. They gotta know, but maybe just because they think they're too big. I don't know. It always interests me, like some like there was a photographer that I think it was a basketball player posted. It was him playing basketball,
Yeah.
and the photographer was trying to sue him for the photo, for posting the photo. Like,
Of himself.
yeah, it really turned me off to the whole thing. Like, I get it, like you want your credit, but who got you in there? Who gave you a pass? Why are you even allowed to be there? Just take the photo. Like,
Right.
that should be the first thing.
Yeah, that's clout chasing right there.
Yeah,
Because that's a photo of him.
right.
And I don't think he was, I'm assuming he wasn't posing for the photo.
No.
So it was a photo of
No.
him doing his job.
Yeah.
That'd be like someone coming to here,
Yeah.
taking
Like,
a photo of me and posting it.
Like, yeah, like the Cardi B and 2 Chainz, like, it's a photo of them. Like, I'm not gonna sue them over it for
Right.
posting it.
Right.
Like, like,
But to give you a credit,
it'd be
seems
cool.
like it would be it seems like it would be easy to do.
Yeah.
Might boost your career, might help you
Yeah.
out. But I suppose it's kind of similar to the Rushmore situation.
Sure.
If you got 150 people tagging you in the comments, that might be
There weren't
actually
150, but
But you know what I mean? Like
yeah, it was fun to watch.
That's still a good, and they have to see that.
yeah,
They have to.
yeah.
So, I don't know. Do you get followers off that when that happens?
I mean, of course.
If somebody posts a
That's-
photo of you, a photo that you took,
yeah,
like 2
of
Chainz,
course. And that's how social media works,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
mean,
and then you get tagged like crazy in
I'll
the comments.
post this interview, and you guys might get some followers. Just kidding.
Shit, hopefully we both do.
I mean, it works both ways. I mean, like Rocky Diamonds. I mean, he was one of the first artists I ever worked with, like, consistently.
Yep.
But I was doing it for free. But I was using him as much as he was using me.
Yeah.
It was a mutual relationship that
Yeah.
we had.
Yep.
He got photos and videos, and I got followers and recognition,
Yeah, that's how it works.
for sure.
And when you're someone like 2 Chainz, that you don't need
Yeah,
the extra,
like,
just
Yeah.
give the photographer some followers
Yeah.
at the very least. Might
Yeah.
get you some extra work. It's not like he's got
That
to
was
pay
funny.
you.
Do you remember the Snapbacks video? You watched it
Yeah,
ever?
yeah.
So that video was funny. So Killer Loss, Rocky,
Yep,
Fly,
yep,
R.I.P.
R.I.P.,
Fly, man.
yep.
That was a big loss.
yep.
I mean, I picked those guys up and drove them around town to shoot that video,
Wow.
and then brought them all to McDonald's. And then, you know who they had with at the shoot, though? He's in the video tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to say tomorrow.
He was like the annoying little brother, though. Like, he was
He still
a
is.
little dude, like, who brought this kid? He wasn't rapping. Yeah, that cracks me up. I think about him all the time when I watch that video. And
Yeah.
where he's at now is growing up. In my eyes, I watched him grow up. He's not.
I'm sure he has. I'm sure
But,
he has. Yeah, that's interesting. That's funny. That's
But Auburn, I mean, you remember I went
yeah,
to Auburn.
she hung it up.
Yeah, she did.
I believe so.
She did. She did hang it up. She
Oh,
got
you were confirming.
confirming.
Oh, I thought it was a question mark at the end of that. You are confirming. She hung it up.
She hung it up. She put trust in the wrong people, unfortunately. And it was family, from what I know.
Yeah, that's...
She should have stuck with who got her where she was at.
Yeah.
So, which was Tim and Roberta with Urban World Management, Urban Lights.
That's unfortunate.
But I don't know. I think she's in a good place. She's doing well. I wish she would come out because she's super talented.
Hey man, there's a lot of time left in life.
Yeah, for sure.
She very well may.
Yeah. When did 2 Chainz start? When he was like in his late 40s.
I mean, he was Titty Boy before that, but yeah, greatest probably the greatest rebrand ever.
Yeah.
Really.
Right.
I don't know if
Why did you start with that name?
I don't know. Titty Boy and Dollar Boy.
Little Dicky. Yeah, like that. He's that big off that name.
Yeah, and he spun his career into a whole different thing. Like he's a great rapper.
Yeah.
He doesn't make great songs. He's a phenomenal rapper.
Yeah.
But his show on FX,
awesome.
That's a whole different
Watch it.
That's where he belongs.
Yeah,
that's his spot right there for sure.
Yeah.
That and doing freestyles on Sway.
But yeah, man, if I look back on the career though, like all the people I work with, like Krishan, like look at him.
Yeah,
producing for Chris Brown, like out in LA, just killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, shouts out to him.
Partnership with Hitmaker.
Yeah.
Big. That's amazing. I mean, Hitmaker's arguably the biggest producer, definitely in hip hop, I would think. I mean, people don't understand what he does. Hitmaker is another underspoken guy. Like he produces everything.
Right. Yeah.
Everything, and Krishan's sitting right next to him.
Right next to him. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I shot a couple of videos for Krishan. So, yeah.
Man, your history runs deep.
Yeah. One artist I wish would have made it though is Dookie. I thought Dookie was super talented. Maybe he just had the wrong name.
Dookie is probably not.
No, you don't think he was talented?
No. I think the name is probably not.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest.
I think he was super talented. I mean, we went to Ohio, and opened for Wiz Khalifa.
Wow.
And MGK. In Ohio.
In Ohio,
which was awesome. It was
that had to be a crazy ass show.
It was crazy.
When was this? What year was this? Like, what MGK era was this?
This is right when he signed with Diddy, like before anyone knew who he was.
Oh, wow.
I picked MGK up for his first show in Minnesota and drove him around town. MGK's first show in Minnesota, I picked him up from the airport, him, Slim, and his DJ that he's no longer friends with. Drove him all around town, brought him to the show. There are 30 people that showed up at the show, Station 4 in downtown St. Paul. No one knew who he was. No one came. It's on my Instagram.
That's when Peter Parker was hosting mixtapes for him, right?
Yeah,
100
right
miles,
after.
100 miles and running.
Right after. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, speak to that, Peter Parker. Hell, that was crazy.
Yeah.
He did his mixtape, and now he is who he is.
Yeah.
And Mod's right there with him.
Yeah.
I did some stuff with Modson too, growing up too.
Yeah, we need to get him in here too.
Good luck. He, I think he's out of here. I think he's looking past Minnesota. He's the one of the guys that's gonna keep going.
Yeah. Well, shit, we're looking past Minnesota too, but
sure. I just don't know if he'd come back.
He's coming.
I know
he's
I
coming
know
back.
he'll be back.
Mod son, we need you right there.
I'd love to see him.
Nah, he's coming back.
Yeah,
he will.
He's cool enough that he would.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's good people.
Yeah.
I mean, his mom lives here. His family lives here, so he'll be here.
Come visit mom. Come over to Live
Come
on
on,
Street.
yeah.
Bring her with you.
But yeah, no. A crazy story is, I was shooting a video for Modson in Vegas.
Okay.
Middle of the desert. It was a 2-day shoot. We shot there, and then we were gonna shoot a video. Like before the shoot even started. Sorry, I was in Orlando. He hits me up. He's like, "Hey, I want you to do this video for me in Vegas in the desert. And then next day, I want you to shoot a video." He already knew I was an MGK fan. "I want you to shoot a video for MGK." I flipped out. I was like, that's my guy. Like MGK, I was listening to nothing but MGK 100 Words Running. Like, I was so pumped. Did the shoot for him in Arizona. Went to his house in LA. MGK's people had to push it back a day, and I was flying out the next day, so I had to get to shoot it.
Oh.
And it was Sale. Do you remember the cover he did, Sale? I was supposed to shoot that video.
Was it the same concept?
Same
you were shooting the
concept.
same concept?
Same exact
I love that
Mod
video.
Son directed it. It was all his vision. but I was supposed to shoot it.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaker for sure.
That's one of my favorite MGK songs too.
Yeah, right?
Oh, and the video is great.
The video is great. Yeah. I don't know if I would have done as good though. So maybe it worked out.
You probably would have done better. You probably would have done just fine.
That'd
I mean, that'd probably be a hard one to fuck up, really. It was all one shot, wasn't it?
It was made to look like one shot. It was a couple.
Yeah.
But they wanted it. I mean, we shot it on we had rented a Red, so we were already shooting on like the best camera at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a cool video.
It was a cool video.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, that was supposed to be my video.
What do you think about his rebrand?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think
I just like, he's a better rapper than people give him credit for.
Definitely.
I get why he stepped away from it. Because
Yeah.
it's like he didn't get the credit for being.
Yeah.
But
I connect with him a lot though. Like I don't know if you know anything about him, but basically his mom dipped.
yep.
I was raised by my grandma. My mom dipped
Yeah.
and never came back.
And his dad was a pastor or a priest.
Yeah,
or
not that,
something
and
like
definitely the mom part though. Like
Yeah.
I connect with that.
Yeah.
Some of those lyrics speak on it, which is it's cool.
I'm a big MGK fan, so I
For
feel
sure.
you. My mom didn't dip, but
Yeah.
big MGK fan. He is an underrated rapper, and I
sure.
wish he would still rap sometimes.
I think he'll rap again.
I hope so.
I mean, if Megan doesn't mess him up too much. Fox.
Yeah.
I think they're in the grunge scene right now, the pop punk.
Yeah.
Rock and roll stuff.
She could mess me up.
The fact that he did Motley Crue, like that whole movie,
Mm-hmm.
like he needs to make a movie about himself because that story is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that movie to come out.
Yeah.
Like,
You mentioned cameras.
yeah.
What are your favorite cameras?
The Mount Rushmore. First of all, I was thinking about this. Like,
Well, Mount Rushmore of cameras. Let's go.
The people that are on Mount Rushmore,
Mhm.
in my opinion, have to be the people that started on the 70D, the 5D, the first digital Canons that did video. If you weren't shooting on one of those, you don't belong on there because that's still all I use is a Canon. But I mean, we were struggling. I mean, the equipment that's out now, it's amazing. You can do great stuff with
Yeah.
it. But we were struggling, like learning. I was learning how to do video and techniques, stabilizers. Taylor J, early on, he had like this weight and I think it was a piece of wood and the camera, like pretending a camera. He's like, Rich, I got a stabilizer for you. He's like, send me this video. It's so funny because he knew I wanted a stabilizer.
So it was a makeshift stabilizer?
It was not. It was a joke. Like,
Oh,
like he was
okay,
pretending he had one.
Okay.
But I was bringing PVC pipe with tracks, and it would take me like 20 minutes to set up, and I was doing like dolly shots on it.
Wow.
On this roller. If anyone did a shoot with me back then, they would know. Long PVC track, and I would do like pan dolly shots with it. It was rough.
But it worked.
It worked. Yeah.
Wow. Shit, man. Well,
Yeah.
we should
It was
wrap,
fun.
but this is a great conversation. You definitely are the GOAT. I'm going to say it
I
here.
appreciate that.
You're
But
the-
Ben Hughes, High Def,
I'm not taking anything away from
Belly
anybody
Bells,
else, but I
in
think
the basement. I mean, I guess I know he's been around a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure.
you took it and ran with it, though, regardless of even who inspired you, whatever. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I mean, just everything. Because that's the other part of Rushmore too for me is it's not just about the work.
Mm-hmm.
It's about all the other stuff around it too.
Yeah.
You talk about giving back to the community. You talk
Yeah.
about doing free shoots for
Yeah,
people.
for
You
sure.
talk about. I mean, you provided a lot for people outside of just music videos.
I appreciate that.
So
yeah,
you definitely stamped. Live on Lake Street stamped the greatest.
appreciate that.
And I appreciate your time. And the final thing I'm going to ask you to do is just look into this camera and tell them whatever you got going on, where they can follow you.
Yeah, it's just everything's 1323, 13 the number, 23 the word spelled out, and shouts out to everyone, all the artists in Minnesota. Keep doing it. We're all us videographers are just a tool.
Yeah.
We're here to help get you guys to the next level. So
And if they
appreciate
want
y'all.
if they want to book you, just DM you.
Yeah, but again, if I don't get back to you, it's not you. It's just me. I'm lazy. Like, I am the worst for sure.
What about do you rent out your studio or no?
Not usually, but I mean, I'll help out if I can.
Okay.
If time's available, like,
Okay.
yeah, I'll definitely help out.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Well, man, I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
This was fun. Good
It was.
conversation.
Definitely.
It's been another episode of Live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1. We're out.
Damn, Woody. In high school, I let it blam, Woody. I wasn't playing, Woody. I'm coming straight out the south. Hey, genius, best watch your mouth. When I put up on P&B right, that ain't even come out. You moving ounces, I just moved 100 things in a drought. You want the south side, outside the fence of your house. You talking all that, then wanna come talk it out. If you ain't talking money, you talking about